Hi, I'm Mike Crab.
And I'm Laurie Schultz. Welcome to the show.
We'll have some caffeinated conversation.
And maybe some special guests along the way.
Who knows where the conversation will go? You're out for coffee with Mike and Laurie. Hello, friends, and welcome to a new episode of Out for Coffee.
With Mike and Laurie.
Hi, Laurie.
Hi, Mike. And it really is just Mike and Laurie.
It's
tonight.
just Mike. It's so
Today.
quiet. It's so quiet so far. Where's Rob?
So far. I don't know.
Hi, Rob. Yeah, we miss Rob.
We sold him for parts. Times are tough.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
But everything's gonna be in shambles for us now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, Rob's just on a holiday right now, so we're recording an episode or two in his absence. So we're gonna do our best here, aren't we, Laurie?
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Or rats.
Or rats. Hey, it's almost a year since my barbecue rat.
Lovely. Do you think he's going to make an appearance again? It's going to be like a groundhog situation.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to commemorate it or something with some cheese or something. Some more stale fries.
Okay, deal.
I don't know. What is wrong with me?
I already miss Rob. I'm going to miss him being able to reel you back in. He's so good at it. Effortless.
Yeah, you're going to earn your paycheck tonight, Mike.
I need more coffee already. So, Laurie, growing up, did you play many board games? Were you a board game family?
No,
not at all. No.
No, we would play Monopoly.
Okay.
Maybe. Not with my immediate family, but sometimes I would play with my cousin Mike.
Okay.
But Monopoly was pretty much that, and maybe checkers and
Okay.
Snakes and Ladders. We're talking early board games.
Right. Mid-20s. The hard stuff in your 20s. And
occasionally Battleship.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember playing some Battleship with a neighbor friend. Why didn't you guys play board games? It always ended in a fight. It wasn't like your parents weren't into it. Not even with your brother?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Mike and I would play, like I said, Battleship and stuff like that, but
right.
Maybe Snakes and Ladders with my mom.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like board games really aren't my jam.
So even nowadays, like you like
even
a
now.
I know you like a good card game. Like I know you like
cards.
Cribbage.
Yes.
You're a big crib fan.
Maybe we can call that a board game because there is a cribbage board.
Technically, you're not wrong. There's pegs.
Pegs and boards and I don't know, walking planks. No, that doesn't happen. Well, it does, depending on I don't know how late of I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm tired. Pegs and walking the plank because there's boards and pegs, like a peg leg.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That was a bit of a stretch. You are off. You're off.
I know. Tried to thth the joke, didn't land, so we'll just
you spent most of your day outside today, didn't you? So
I did.
You're probably wiped.
I am wiped.
That's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I would say my family, same. Like nobody in my family was much of a board game family. I loved board games. Nobody would ever play with me. My brother, I remember we used to get golf lessons as kids in like grade 3. So I was like 8 years old.
Why?
Because my uncle was like he's such a golf person still to this day, loves his golf. And I think it was like I must have been graduating, passing grade 2 and going into grade 3. And as a passing gift, he got me and my brother each a set of golf clubs.
Passing gifts. Remember those days?
So we got our own set of golf clubs and he got us lessons. So every Tuesday after school, my aunt would take us out to Ingersoll to the golf course there and we'd play some golf. And I remember it so well because it would be 9 holes. You play the front 9 and then we would always get a hot dog and a drumstick, like an ice cream drumstick afterwards. It was
not a chicken drumstick.
No. But it would solidify me being there. Like there was no other reason for me to go than to get that hot dog and drumstick at the end of it.
You had to suffer through 9 holes.
Yeah, we did have some
Yeah.
fun with it actually. And I wasn't horrible until a few years later, and I went back and I was like, I've had lessons. I know what I'm doing. And I
Mm,
absolutely can't play golf. I enjoy it. I can play a round of golf and I can enjoy it, but like don't expect me to be good. I can't play with anyone who would be like competitive or anything like
yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
but however, we did, I remember at the golf course that we took lessons at, we had one, I think technically my uncle had one and gave it to us, a Monopoly golf edition board game.
Mm.
And all the properties were different fancy golf courses and stuff. And so I remember playing that actually quite a bit with my brother. You never really got to the end of a game.
Huh.
It's so
Okay.
long. But
Yeah.
Monopoly was, and I think maybe once I remember playing with my parents, and that was when I was little.
Yeah. I remember playing the game of life once. Play
Oh,
life.
I
You have life. Of
I have
course you
life
do.
right here.
Yeah. This was
um,
like a long time ago. There was like a little pink car and a little blue car and like little tiny, they almost look like little matchsticks that were the people.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I
you
really
get to
didn't leave.
pick a little person, and then you spin the little wheel and move so many spaces, and then you had to choose paths. Are you going to go right for a career, or are you going to go to school? And then, but if you went to school, you automatically had debt, and then you had to try to, but you would
Yep.
have a better
You
chance
do.
of earning more money from the jobs. And so it was very much life.
It's all a game of risk.
And right now, too. So this one I have is a newer version of life.
Yep.
There's like some crazy stuff in there. I'm pretty sure there's like stocks and stuff too that you can invest money into.
Does it have like an option of be a spinster and have just pets and debt?
I think it
No?
might. It
Does
might.
it? Okay.
It might. It does have pets. It
Winner.
does have pets in it for sure. It does. You can
Does
choose
it?
pets.
All
They're
right.
just little people you put in your car, but they count as pets.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I
My
don't
pets are
know.
little people.
I don't know the benefit of. I don't think you get any perks to having a pet though. I
You
don't know.
don't. You get lots more debt.
It's so much more debt.
Yeah. And grief early. Well, pets die, Mike.
Well, welcome to life.
Yeah. Thanks.
Cheers to
Okay,
that.
well, cheers to this, maybe.
So but I never played life. Sorry, it was probably grade 8. I actually remember playing life with Alyssa and Sarah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, not too much after that. Aside from that, we played same thing, checkers. I remember I went through a chess phase where I was really interested in learning about chess, and I got like a pocket chess game for Christmas, like a digital chessboard,
Okay.
and you got to play against a computer. I remember actually getting kind of decent with it, but that has been so long that I don't think I remember anything about chess anymore. I can tell you which direction the pieces move.
Whoa, easy,
Let's go.
Bobby Fischer. Easy.
Where is he? I don't
I don't
know. I
know.
don't
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, for other games, we had Heads Up. Did you ever play Heads Up?
Heads
Or
up.
maybe I'm sorry, it's called Headbands.
Yeah, yeah, like later in later years.
I
Not
feel
as a
like you weren't a
kid.
fan. You kind of, I felt a moment there.
I just find games stressful. I don't like them.
Well, I guess you don't have to play them.
No. Headbands and then like Pictionary.
Yeah,
Because you know what? This looks exactly like what I'm telling you it looks like. If you don't get it, how can you not get that? Like when I'm drawing the picture of the whatever it is, like that is a mountain with a car on top. How do you not know that? And I don't know how much more I ended up being the person who would just draw over what I've already drawn, and like the
yeah.
darker I make
Until
it,
they
the more
guess
you
it.
need to understand it. Damn it, Mike. It's
A
a mountain with a
door.
car on it. What are you, stupid?
It's like Millhouse's parents and their episode where they get divorced, they're playing it. And he's trying to draw a door and she's not getting it. Yeah, he's not too. He
uh,
doesn't handle it all too well.
yeah, I just
Um,
find it really frustrating because I just get almost like stuck on how I'm doing it, and I can't think of another way to do it.
Right. Yeah, like I've sometimes you have to break the words down into individual words instead of the
Yes.
overall word is the only like trick my brain can do of like, okay, let's try this. But sometimes it's you gotta keep drawing the door over itself until somebody gets it.
Then you flip the table, and then the game's over, and
But that's a good
once
night.
again,
If the table's getting flipped, you know you had fun at some point.
well, that's
You piss
true.
somebody off, it's worth it.
That's usually my mantra. My philosophy is don't be part of the problem, be the entire problem.
There you go. There's a mug for you.
Yeah. And a shirt. There's
And a
lots of merch
shirt.
ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's put that on jerk merch right now. Yeah. It kind of in the same vein. Have you ever heard of a game called Telestrations?
No. What is that?
So this is a newer one over the last few years. The idea is you get like it's like a little flip book, and let's say I pull a card and it says, you know, cat riding a bicycle. Okay, that's my thing. So I have to draw a picture of a
Yeah.
cat riding a bicycle, and I have, I don't know, 30 seconds to draw it or something like that. Then what happens is I pass that to the person to my right, and then they look at my picture and they have to be like, they have to guess what they're seeing. So
Uh-huh.
it might look like a lion riding a bike. So then they write lion riding a bike, and then they pass that on, and the person sees lion riding a bike, and they have to draw a picture of a lion riding a bike. So it's kind of like the game of telephone. You know, when you play telephone and the message is all
Yes.
garbly goop, but
Yes.
it's the same thing, but you're deciphering what you think this picture is, and then translating that, and then
Yeah.
somebody
No.
takes your translation and draw a picture. It's not as tricky as you think. Now at the same time, everyone's got their own book that they start with, so as I pass it to the right, I'm given somebody's from my left, and same thing, I have to guess what their picture was meant to be.
Okay.
And the cool thing with this is it gets really wacky sometimes, and it's can be really funny to see how you started with cat riding a bicycle and you got to
Okay.
spaceship refrigerator.
Huh. Okay.
So a lot of drawing, but kind of the worse your drawings, the better it is in a way. So that's where
Okay.
you kind of win over Pictionary.
Didn't we play some game where we had to smell stuff?
Yeah, that was at our friend Sloane's house. I forgot about that game. You had to guess what the smell was. It was like these little folded in half cards, and you had to guess, but I
Yeah.
can't remember the point of the game, like what the goal was aside from guessing what the smell was. I think it would give you, like, I think you had to first guess if it was like, was it in the floral world? Was it in the food
Yeah.
world? Was it like, I think there was categories.
Yeah. Like a cleaner or
Yeah.
chemical
Or
type thing.
fruit or
We've just given ourselves brain damage by playing this game.
probably. Yeah. We completely fried our brains, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But I remember we didn't play it according to the rules. I feel like we're good at that. That's like
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity. Like we love a good Cards Against Humanity game.
Yes.
I don't think
Yes.
we actually play the way the rules intend us to play.
No,
I don't think
I don't
so.
know. I hate the rules. I hate the rules of any game. I am not invested in a game enough to read the rules first. We're just gonna do it the way I feel like doing it.
And then you're going to hate it when it doesn't work out the way you want it to.
Fair.
Exactly.
Sorry, I have a little tickle in my throat.
It's okay.
Obviously, right now.
Yeah, right in the middle of it.
Not
It's
all
okay.
day at all. So I'm
It
just
was
gonna,
waiting for you to be on camera.
yeah,
Well,
as usual.
once when I was in high school, I bought it was a little digital game. It was like a little it was I don't know how you can't see my hands. It's like some of you can, but it's this little round thing. It's got this tiny
Uh-huh.
screen on it and a couple buttons. And it was 21 questions or 20 questions. Is it 20 questions or 21 questions?
Probably 20 questions.
20 questions. And here's the thing is you would think of something. I would think of a bottle of wine. And then what it would do is it would ask you, you know, vegetable, mineral, what is it? Animal, vegetable, mineral. Are those the options?
Yeah.
You would pick that. And then it would start asking you yes and no questions. And 99% of the time, it would guess what it was even sometimes I'd be
What
able to guess.
sorcery is this?
It blew my mind. And you think of the weirdest
Sorcery.
things.
Yeah.
Talking about this is actually making me want to see if they're still out there. Cause it was like a really nifty, it was like kind of fun in the car kind of thing.
It's probably some government thing that was tracking your every move now.
Oh yeah,
And
back in the
it's
day
like
where we had to
mind,
manually put that in instead. Now it's all
yeah,
automated and they just suck it right out of our
it's
phones.
like a mind reading thing.
Yeah.
Probably.
They're like, he's thinking a lot about bottles of wine. Yeah.
And he's in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem.
So that was I
Um,
don't that was not really a board game, but it certainly was something that passed the time. Were you ever a Tamagotchi kid?
no.
Because you would have been probably out of high school, but no, you might have been out of high school by then.
Likely.
When did you
But
graduate high
also,
school?
uh I graduated, I got my OSSD in 95 and the OAC in 96.
Okay. Yeah, so you're out of school.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? I interrupted
Well, I was going to say there's like a lot of my anxiety came from games, I think.
you. Okay.
Like Operation.
Yeah, that is anxiety inducing.
I bought it. I just bought it. I have it in my classroom. We haven't played it yet, but we were learning all about the human body.
Right.
So of course I bought the game Operation.
Yeah, it's
I can
very anatomically correct. Water on
pass
the
on the
knee,
trauma. Yeah.
butterflies in the stomach. Well, it's jarring when you are trying so hard to not touch the edges and it happens.
And it goes,
Kind of like perfection.
that's the next one I was going to tell you about.
Pop goes perfection. I remember that when I remember that like it would scare
Oh,
you when it would go off.
hated it. Hated it.
It's awful.
That just that tick 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 tick.
Yeah.
The time as your time is running out and you're trying to find
The
the right
ticking
shapes.
literally
Oh.
makes your brain stop working somehow.
Oh man, I could never be a bomb diffuser. Ever. I don't
Take
think
that
that
off
would
the list.
I would be, yeah, I don't think I'd be offered that job anyway.
They're like, send Laurie in. She's got it.
Yes. Hey, speaking of that, such a departure from board games.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that documentary, that Evil Genius documentary.
Yes, I
Remember
remember
that?
seeing this. Was this the one with the pizza delivery person?
Yeah, and he had the bomb around his neck
Yes.
and it went off and he died on live TV.
Oh my
Ooh.
God, that's horrible. And they
Yeah.
made a movie out of it. Oh, sorry. They with a lot of artistic what's that, freedom, they made a movie that was inspired specifically by that pizza fella called 30 Minutes or Less. It is a comedy. Have you seen that?
No.
Is Jesse Eisenberg is playing the pizza guy and he gets
No.
his bomb strapped to him. Yeah, there's something to check out for you.
That's not very nice at all, but
What made you think? Oh, because diffusing bombs.
diffusing the bombs, yeah.
Your brain goes to evil genius.
It does.
Mm.
I perhaps am an evil genius.
A very messed up show. It's on Netflix. I think you can watch it if you're interested in seeing that. But I'm pretty sure that's an odd. I'm talking about the Evil Genius. Was an odd.
Yes, Evil
It was
Genius.
It was a wild ride of a documentary.
Yeah. I think there's a Dateline about it too somewhere.
Probably. There's a Dateline about everything, isn't there?
Yes, there is. And I, for one, am thankful for that.
Got something to do.
Yeah. I listen to Dateline podcasts every week. They release them, I think, Tuesdays and Thursdays. No, Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
And while I'm puttering around the house, doing dishes or cooking supper or whatever it is, I've got my Keith Morrison in the background narrating my stories. Narrating my stories. Oh no. He's very, very descriptive and
animated.
He tells the story well.
Well, maybe it's worth checking out.
Well, I would really love for him someday, if possible. I don't know if you could swing it. I mean, he is a Canadian, so if we use that angle,
okay.
When I pass on, I would love for him to give the eulogy.
Oh, I'm sure he has no problem with that. Yeah,
I'm sure he gets asked to do that.
You know what? I promise
will.
I will put that ask out, assuming that he is still around when it's your time.
And also, instead of a eulogy, could we please have a roast?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, that'll bring him out. That'll bring him out of the woodwork, won't it?
That'd be quite the turn.
We get to what? Oh, all right. Done. Yeah. She died because she had a heart attack playing perfection.
It's too much. Pushed her
Yeah.
over the edge. I promise
Way
your
over.
going away party is going to be, in fact, a party, Laurie.
Will it be epic?
I will make sure it's epic.
Uh,
Years from
my
now, we will have fun without you. Oh,
How about like my face on like balloons and stuff? You guys used like darts to try and
sure. Pop your
let's
bubbles.
take her out. Yeah, let's take
Yeah.
her out.
Deal.
All right. And just be prepared for the haunting of a lifetime. Because
and
I'm
all
coming
we
for you.
and all we'll do at your whole celebration of life is play shitty board games.
Like Ouija?
Oh, we totally have a Ouija party. Have you've played with a Ouija board before?
Ooh, not for a long time, and I don't want to.
So you had at some point?
Yep.
And how was that? Did you get any
Creepy.
responses?
Look, I saw The Exorcist. I don't need to push every envelope. Okay?
For a change. Just
I
you
don't
found
know,
your line.
like, not to get too into religion and stuff like that, but I don't really know if I believe in this whole devil slash demons thing.
Okay, yeah.
Good story to keep people under control.
Okay.
Is it real? I don't know, but I don't want to test it.
You're not about to find out.
I'm not going to be the one to say, yeah, this is bullshit. And then all of a sudden, Captain Howdy, I'm the one who's climbing the walls and my head spinning around. I don't think that's a good look for me.
No. Well, you
No.
don't know until you try, I guess. Maybe
Yeah.
just what you
Yeah.
need.
But that is technically a board game.
It is, and it's sold now, even still, in the board game aisle at
At
most
Walmart.
department stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Ages 8 and up.
Awesome.
I remember there was this big controversy a few years ago in the States. There was a kindergarten teacher who got in shit for letting her kids play with a Ouija board.
Oh, really? That's pretty
But
upsetting, though. I could
well,
see
it
that
is.
not being a.
I get it. But if this is a teacher who maybe didn't know what it was, and who doesn't know what a Ouija
I was gonna say,
anyway?
who doesn't know who walks in and says that's the board game I want? A bunch of letters
Yeah.
on a board.
But hey, if it's sold in the kids section of a toy store, is it not
maybe
fair
buy
game?
it for you. It could be.
Parker Brothers says it's just fine.
They would.
Parker Brothers says 8 and up, you're in. Oh, but you know what? It was kindergarten, so it was 5. So never mind.
So she did screw up. She didn't even read the box.
She screwed up royally.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't imagine as a teacher. Come on, kids, come here. Let's do this.
Everyone
Get over here. Come here.
Susie, turn off the lights. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, get over
Light some candles.
And I run the paranormal society, and I'm like, nope, no Ouija boards.
There's a line.
There is a
don't
line.
mess with it.
I tell the kids, don't do it. I don't necessarily believe it's true, but like I said, not gonna find out on my watch.
Well, I remember in our second episode that we had with Tanya, she had talked about, because I had questions because I had found a Ouija board in my home.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
From after we had moved in and lived there for a number of years, and then found that this Ouija board had been in this house with us the whole time. And she assured me that I was fine to touch it, to use it, to throw it out, to do whatever I needed with it. It's fine.
Well,
so I'm okay with believing that.
Somebody did tell the people who had Annabelle. Remember the doll Annabelle, the real Annabelle? I believe it was a medium or somebody told them, oh, it was just a little girl who crossed over and wanted to stay in the doll.
Right.
So it's fine.
It's okay.
So, not that
take it with a grain of salt.
Love and respect our friend Tanya, but again, not going to be the one to prove her wrong. Don't want to do it.
Well, I feel like you're normally up for a prove you wrong challenge, so this speaks volumes.
Usually, but not when my soul, and I do have one, is in question. I don't know. And plus that whole look is not for me. The possessed by a demon look.
No?
I'm too adorable to have I can't pull it off.
You're not wrong, Laurie. You know your look. You know your vibe. You stick to it.
I'm pretty damned adorable, Mike.
Yeah, the crazy cat lady works just fine for you.
Isn't that's much better. That's much better. I can pull that one off easily. I go in and out of that one just like seamlessly. It's
no problem. It's like a revolving door of
totally.
normal Laurie, cat lady Laurie.
And I only have 2 cats. So I mean,
That
let's
we know
set
of. You're a
the
closeted cat lady too. You have a whole basement full of them.
I have a basement full of other things.
Right.
Maybe used to be alive, maybe not. I can't get into that.
Okay, deal.
They weren't cats, though, I can tell you that.
Okay.
No, I do freak some folks out, don't I? Because a lot of times people don't know if I'm serious or not.
No, still, I don't know if you are half the
I
time
know.
either. And I've known
And
you
we're
long
gonna
enough.
keep it that way.
Keep people on their
That's the
toes,
way
eh?
I like it. Yeah.
Where does Jenga fall in your lineup of board games? Is that
Again,
too
it's no,
stressful?
it's the two. No way, man. If it's gonna be noisy or if it's gonna fall apart in front of me or if it's gonna scare me, I don't want to do it. I just give me some just paint by numbers or something. Just shh.
Just calm, cool, and collected. There's got to be some. What about Sudoku?
That's math, man. That's too mathy.
There's not math. It's numbers. There's no adding or subtracting, or you just got to make
Doesn't
sure
it
the
have to
numbers are
total
there.
9?
There has to be the numbers 1 through 9 in every
Yeah,
box and every line.
that's math.
Some math.
Yeah, all right.
You can technically do the same with 9 different shapes.
Yeah.
It could be the same
I
thing.
know. I find things like that frustrating. I can do a word search. I love a good word search.
Hey, when you do a word search, do you actually? I feel like everyone does this. I don't know why. Maybe it was just a phase I went through. When you do the word search, do you circle the whole word, right? Like when I was a kid, I used to do each letter like a bubble. And the
No,
second I started saying this, I realized that that's really stupid and
no,
probably
you
not many
circle the
people do.
word.
But the reason why I would do it was because when I was younger, I would have such a hard time seeing the words because there would be so many lines going through from the
Yes,
big round circles
that
of
I do
everything.
understand. I
So
do
I would do
understand.
bubbles so my brain wouldn't automatically keep finding the same words was the
I see.
goal.
Okay. Hey, whatever works.
It worked.
Now, did you always go like from column 1 down, 2 down, or like did you have a strategy, or was it just kind of
It
throw my eyes to the page and see what pops out?
it depends. If it was for fun, I like to take a glance and see if I can find it. And then if I can't after a few moments, then I start with A1 and I make my way across and I go side
Uh-huh.
to side. And if it's timed, like if
Okay.
I'm trying to be the first one in the class to finish it, right away
Okay.
I'm going top to bottom.
Okay.
Why?
That answers my next question.
Oh,
Because when you said if it's for fun, I'm thinking, was it for business at other times? Like,
it's
when
very
was it not
important.
for
It's for my
fun?
taxes.
When is a word search not for fun?
Sometimes you need to be the first kid in class to hand in the word search.
I have to save this drowning kitten. Let me do this word search. Don't distract me. I no time for fun here. This is serious business. This is serious word hunting. I'm
Busy
sorry.
stuff. It's busy
It is,
stuff.
yeah.
How are you
I
with crosswords?
uh I don't I don't not I don't know.
Theme?
Depends on the theme. Yeah. Um meh. I lose interest in things very quickly.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. ADHD. Um, I do. If it's not something, the theme is not something that I'm kind of fixated on
Yeah.
or interested in. If it's something I'm not interested in at all, oh, I don't care how fun you try to make this. I'm out. Up
What
here,
is your
like
theme?
Kramer, I'm
Like,
already gone.
what would, if you had to do a themed crossword, what would be the topic? History
Hmm.
or entertainment or music?
History, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Types of history, maybe.
All right.
Um, Halloween, like
Right.
anything spooky.
Okay.
Serial killers,
Okay.
maybe.
Have you done many
Mm,
serial killer crossword puzzles?
no, but I've done serial killer coloring books.
That you have. Yes, you have.
Yeah. Uh maybe like 80s themed.
Okay. You know what
Yeah.
had the best crossword puzzles all the time? Because I was probably 14 and I could do them. It was the TV Guide crossword puzzles.
Oh, the TV guide
They
crossword.
were good crossword puzzles.
Okay. Kind of general knowledge things, right?
Well, it was actually, I think, mostly TV based
Okay.
questions about characters on
All
TV
right.
shows and stuff like that.
Ooh. All
So then,
right.
even for the shows that I like, Days of Our Lives, I never watched Days of Our Lives, but you can often get enough of the other ones to realize that what those blanks were, that it was meant to be Benjamin. I don't
Right.
know.
Right. Yeah, I guess it depends on how good you are at some of the questions
Yes.
as to whether or not you can get all of the answers.
All the answers. How are you at Jeopardy?
I kick ass at
Do you?
Jeopardy.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I can't. The only time I actually just saw, the only reason I asked this is earlier today, I saw an Instagram reel of somebody playing Jeopardy, and the topic was the 1990s. And it
Oh,
was every answer, except for one, I think, every answer I knew. And that has never happened. Usually on an entire Jeopardy board in a round, I will get one, maybe two answers.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm pretty good at general knowledge stuff like
Okay.
that. Yeah. I mean, if there's lots of math stuff in there or like equations, I'm not going to
Maybe not.
choose that category. But for the most part, though, I'm pretty good at yeah. I remember I was living with someone once and I was watching Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune would come on right before it, right?
Right.
And I forget how the conversation went, but I said something about liking Wheel of Fortune. He says, "Yeah, well, you're good at all that geeky shit." I'm like, "What? Like the alphabet? What do you mean? All that geeky shit?"
Yeah.
That's all Wheel of Fortune is. It's like
It's just the
Hangman.
alphabet.
It's Hangman. That's all it is Hangman.
Have you seen some of the answers people give, though?
Yes.
I feel like I wouldn't be too far off from
Yes.
them, though.
There was one, I forget what the answer was, but the guy put an N where there was no business for an N.
Okay.
And he was trying to solve the, what was he trying to say? Or did he guess N? And like there was only 2 or 3 spaces left.
Right.
And if you said it in your head, whatever the answer was, there's no place for an N there.
Right.
Not one, not even an idea where an N could possibly even maybe be. And he guessed an N, and I just about roundhouse kicked my television. I was like,
Give your head a
you gotta be
shake.
kidding me. Oh man, but things like that, I get a little riled up.
Oh, I can
What are
imagine.
you idiot? And then it's time to turn the TV off and break out the serial killer coloring book.
There you go. Time to
Just
calm
to
things down,
just to
Lori.
take the edge off.
Yeah. You got to calm down before bed. Go color
Yeah.
your book.
How are you liking the new hosts of Jeopardy?
In all fairness, I don't watch it enough to really form an
No.
opinion, but anything
Yeah.
that's not Alex Trebek is not correct.
Right. That's just it. Like after 40 years of Alex Trebek.
I feel like the heart of it is gone.
Yeah. And now it's just some game.
Yeah. And who is the host? Isn't it the girl from Big Bang Theory and Blossom?
Yep. Maya Bialik. And
Yes,
then
that's
I think
correct.
Ken Jennings also, I think they
Yes,
co-hosted.
yes, I think you're right
Yeah.
about that. Interesting.
Yeah.
So you like a show like Jeopardy because you feel you're all right at it. Does that mean you like Trivial Pursuit?
Yeah, not too bad.
I have a Trivial Pursuit. It's got a DVD with it. And in
Uh,
order to win the pie piece, you gotta answer your questions and go around. But then when you land on the pie piece spaces, you have to answer a DVD question. Now, keep in mind, this game is probably at least 15 years old now. So maybe a little outdated, but that kind of makes the answers easier sometimes. Um, maybe we could play that sometime. I think it would.
maybe.
I do enjoy a good Trivial Pursuit, but it has to be like not the traditional one. It would have to be like a pop culture Trivial Pursuit.
Why? Can't you handle
Because
general knowledge, Mike?
no, I can't. The history
Huh.
is way too much for my brain to comprehend.
Okay.
What are some of the other things? What are the original six, six, five, six
I don't
games?
know.
I'm
You
curious.
know what? I did not play it enough. I think I've maybe played it 2 or 3 times in my entire life. Because again, I'm just all right. If somebody brought board games, like Mike always brings board games to a party.
Nobody will play with me.
But if somebody brings it and we're whipping it out and we're playing some games, all right, I'll take a couple of turns, but I'm probably not going to stay for the whole game. I will have wandered off. I'm gonna look for cake or something. Sorry, I'm not gonna be. It's nothing personal. It's just my attention span cannot handle unless it's Cards Against Humanity. I could play that all night long.
Because it's
But
just so nonsensical.
and there's an element of creativity to that.
Right.
So
As long as it's
that's,
not
I think,
drawing, then that's too much creativity.
I don't mind the drawing, but it's just how it's gonna sound horrible, but how dumb is everybody who's guessing it? That's awful.
The original Trivial Pursuit categories are blues, geography, pink,
Uh-huh.
entertainment, yellow, history. Originally brown, but later turned to purple, was arts and literature.
Mm.
Green is science and nature. And it cuts off. The last color is sports and leisure.
Oh.
So most of those, yeah, I can't answer it all. So I do have one game that I would like to play with you, and I think it's a group thing. Like I think when we have a few buddies over, I'll come over to your house, Laurie.
Is it spin the bottle?
The day has come. I get to plant one right on you. I have this Blockbuster game.
We've played this.
No, we didn't.
Pretty sure we did.
I think I played it once and you weren't there. Maybe we like goofed with it a bit, but
Maybe.
to actually play it is really interesting. You don't even need to be super familiar with movies. If I remember correctly, you pull out. It's kind of like charades. You got to act out and get your team to guess a movie by just doing charades. One is you can only say one word to get your team to guess what that movie is. And then the third one is like a tagline or something. I can't remember what it is.
Well,
but anyways,
if the movies are from the 80s, I'm in.
There's movies from all areas. Just to pull a couple out: Lassie, Singing in the Rain, Nightmare Before Christmas, Speed, Happy Gilmore, Good and Bad, the Ugly, Wizard of Oz, Titanic, to name a couple.
All right.
I want to play this with you sometime. I think I brought it and we never actually. Bridesmaids, that's a newer-ish one.
Oh, yes, Bridesmaids.
That's a good one. So
that
maybe
is, yeah.
Maybe one day. Oh, there's a buzzer though. A little timer buzzer might be too much for you.
Oh, is there an hourglass like with sand in it? Because that too freaks me out. Maybe I'm just afraid of my own mortality. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's too much. You can't handle the countdown.
I can't. We're Xing out the days right now. While we're recording this, it's like end of June,
Yeah.
School. I'm not sure when this will probably come out. Maybe, I don't know, beginning
Soon.
of July. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
But at this point, we're Xing out the days. And normally I don't like countdowns.
But this countdown you're ready for?
I'm on it. I am the first one up there with the chalk. No. Yeah. It's all right. It gets like that at the end of the year.
It does for everyone. The end of the school year is like the end of the year for everyone, even us that don't go to school. It's an odd feeling.
Yeah.
I'm for it though. So cheers to the upcoming summer. And we will see you all on our next episode of Out for Coffee. Until then, you guys take care. We'll see you soon on Out for Coffee.
With Mike and Laurie. Good one.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you have questions, comments, or ideas for a future show? Reach out to Mike and Laurie on their social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or email us at mikeandlauriesocials@gmail.com.